Hi, this is Ramachandran from onlinemathforall.com. In this video, we are going to see the basic concepts of permutation. Okay, so we all have a question. What is permutation? Permutation is nothing but the ways of arranging or selecting r things out of given n things with due regard being paid to the order of arrangement. Okay, so to have better understanding of permutation, I just tell you a simple example. That is, for example, let us consider the three digits 1, 2, 3. So we have three digits. All the three digits are different. All the three numbers are different. Now I have to form a three-digit number by using these three digits. How many numbers can I form? How many three-digit numbers can I form with these three digits and no digit to be repeated? Okay, so now the first three-digit number we can form is 123. The second three-digit number can be formed is 213, and the third digit can be formed is okay, 123. The second number can be formed as 132. In this way we can form, and the third one we can form is 213, and fourth one 231, and the fifth one 312, then 321. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. So by using the three different digits 1 2 3, we can form 6 three-digit numbers. Okay, so since we have only three digits, we are able to find how many three-digit numbers can be formed by using the three different digits. We can come to know this manually, and we'll be able to do the calculation manually. So to know how many three-digit numbers can be formed, in case we have 7 different digits and we have to form a 7-digit number, how many 7-digit numbers can be formed using the 7 digits? For example, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So in this way we have 7 digits. Now we have to form a 7-digit number. So my question is, how many 7-digit numbers can be formed using the 7 different digits given in the question? So is it possible for anyone to do the calculation manually and find how many 7-digit numbers can be formed using the given 7 digits? So definitely the answer is no, because manually it's impossible to find the answer. But it's possible, but it will take much time to find the answer. So instead of doing this kind of calculation manually, better we can use the formula of permutation. Okay, I'll show you the formula of permutation. The formula of permutation is NPR. So NPR is equal to n factorial divided by n minus r factorial. So n factorial over n negative r factorial. So this is the formula of permutation, and the most important thing in this formula is the value of r should be less than or equal to n. That is, r can be either equal to n or it has to be less than n. So NPR says that is, we are selecting r things out of n things, and then we are going to arrange these things. In how many ways r things can be arranged out of given n things? So that is our question. So for our question, so this formula will give answer, because previously we discussed two questions. So for the first question we had three digits, and we formed a three-digit number using the given three digits 1 2 3. So that calculation we were able to do manually. But the second question, we had 7 different digits. Actually we had to form a 7-digit number. How many 7-digit numbers can be formed? So I said it was a bit difficult to do that kind of calculation manually. So when we have that kind of problems, we have to use the formula. Okay, so this formula says number of things are given is n. So out of n things given, we are just going to select r things. So out of n, if we select r, this is the formula. In case let us consider another one thing from this formula. We have n things given. I'm just going to select all the n things. So for this one, what will be the formula? So here, when you when we compare the original formula and the one what we have written, we just have n instead of r. So in the original formula we have r, but in our problem we have n. So okay, now let us write the same formula, and here at the denominator we have r to be replaced by n, because in our problem instead of r we have n. So now here, now I am going to replace r by n, so n negative n the factorial. So n factorial over n negative n will be 0, so 0 factorial. So the value of 0 factorial will be 1. So n factorial over 1. So any value divided by 1 is same, that is n factorial. Any value is divided by 1 will be equal to the same value. So finally we get npn is equal to n factorial. So this formula says we have n things, and we are going to select all n things. So then the formula will be equal to n factorial. So we have n things, but out of n we are just going to select only r things. At that time the formula will be n factorial over n negative r factorial. So I hope the students will be able to understand the formula, and the other one we have derived from the original formula, that is npn is equal to n factorial. Okay, now let us take some simple problems. Let us consider 7 things are given. I'm just going to select 3 with due regard being paid to the order of arrangement. So 7p3, the value of, now my aim is to find the value of 7p3. So I'm just going to apply the formula. So npr is equal to n factorial. So instead of n we have n, so 7 factorial by n minus r, that is 7 minus 3 factorial. So we are getting 7 factorial over 4 factorial. Now I am going to write 7 as 7 times, 6 times, 5 times, 4. Again I can write 3 to 1. So instead of writing from 4 to 1, better I can take factorial for 4, because writing 4 into 3 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 is equal to 4 factorial. So instead of writing 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, I just write 4 factorial. And other students may have question, so why do I write instead of 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 I write 4 factorial? Because at the denominator we have 4 factorial, so this 4 factorial and this 4 factorial will get cancelled. So we get the answer 7 times 6 times 5. So the final answer is going to be 5 into 6 30, 13 times 7 will be 210 is the answer. Okay, so in this problem for 7p3 we just used the formula n factorial over n negative r factorial. Instead of n we have in our problem 7, so I replaced in the formula I replaced n by 7 and I replaced r by 3, and then I just did calculation the denominator, that is 7 negative 3 is equal to 4 factorial, and then I expanded 7 factorial. So when we expand 7 factorial it will go 7 times 6 times 5 up to 1, but instead of writing from 4 to 1 we can write 4 factorial, because we have 4 factor the denominator, 4 factorial will get cancelled. But for this kind of problems always we don't have to apply formula, because it might take a bit time and some steps. Instead of writing formula for this kind of problems, even without formula we can do calculation for this kind of problems. Okay, now I'll take the same problem again, that is 7p3, but this time I'm going to do without the formula. So we have 7 and the value of r is 3, so we have to expand 7 for the next 3 terms, that is 7 times 6 times 5. So we must have only 3 terms, because we have 3 here. That's all. We have not applied the formula. Immediately we went to this step. So this step, this step, this step. So we have avoided 3 steps and we have saved more time. So we'll be getting the same answer. 7 times 6 times 5 will be, again we'll be getting the same answer, 210. So we don't have to do like 7 factorial over 7 negative 3 factorial. So we don't have to do all this calculation. We just have to expand 7 for 3 terms, because the value of r is 3. So 7, the next term must be 1 less than 7, so 6, the next term again 1 less than the previous term, that is 6, so the last term is going to be 5. Okay, we can do one more problem in this way. Let us consider the question 8p4. So for this one we have n is equal to 8, we have r is equal to 4, so we don't have to like 8 factorial over 8 negative 4 factorial and then we expand 8, we'll stop at 4. We don't have to do this kind of works. So we have 8, the value of r is 4, so we just have to expand 8 for the next 4 terms. So 8 times, 7 times, 6 times, 5. So we just have to do calculation. Just give me a moment. I'll just 5 times 6 will be 30, and this is going to be 8 sevens are 56. Please give me a moment. I'll just get the calculation. So 1680 is the answer we get for 8p4. So in this way we can easily get answer for number of permutations even without using the formula. Okay, now again we can move to our problem. That is we have 7 digits: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I am going to form 7 digit numbers. How many 7 digit numbers can be formed using the given 7 digits? So I have already told you it's a bit difficult to do this calculation manually. So it's a bit difficult, since it is difficult to do this kind of problems manually. Better we can use the formula. So we have 7 digits. I'm going to take all the 7 digits. So already we have seen a formula, npn. Instead of r we have n, that is npn is equal to n factorial, but here 7p7, so this is equal to 7 factorial. So to get the answer for this one, we just have to expand 7 factors: 7 times, 6 times, 5 times, 4 times, 3 times, 2 times 1, and then we have to multiply all the values. So when you multiply all the values, you will be getting the total number of permutations. That means the total number of 7 digit numbers we will get using the 7 different digits. So how many 7 digit numbers can be formed? How many new 7 digit numbers can be formed using the given 7 different digits? So easily we can get answer if we use the concept of permutation, if we use the formula of permutation. So I hope now the students will be able to understand what is permutation. So how it is useful for us to do some difficult calculation like what we did just now. Okay students, I hope now you are much clear about permutation and also the formula, and also for some problems we can do calculation even without the formula. So all those things are much clear to you. For more videos like this, please visit www.onlinemathforall.com. Thank you.